Hello and welcome everybody. We all have circumstances that happen in life. How we deal with them is what matters. We got all these things going on in life. Fighting against what's already happening is really as useless as going out in the beach and punching the waves as they come in, because they're just going to keep coming and keep coming until we get to the root of the source in our own conscience, in our own personal awareness, that we'll come to observe life and then react to what's needed, feel the energy for what it's given us. That's what we're here learning to speak the energy by dealing with it as it comes. And the cool thing is, once you deal with a particular type of energy, it's like a school of fish. The energy will leave you alone after it knows that you can handle it, because right now it wants to keep agitating because it feels like we don't think we can handle it, and it's feeding the energy, in other words, every time we focus on it. But everybody knows in scripture, for the most part, that Jesus could walk on water. And what does that have to do with me? That's the question. Think about it like, what if they were talking about the waters of life? We're all literally in an ocean of energy that's crystallized into what we see in front of us. So, as we're walking and experiencing life, every second is coming, it's disappearing, it's coming, it's disappearing in a non-stop loop. So it's like, yeah, we can physically touch something in this world, but almost think of it like water. Like if you slapped your hand, in a swimming pool, if you just slapped your hand on the water, it's going to hurt. It's going to feel hard at first, but then it dissolves away, almost the same way life is doing in every second in front of us, in each now eternal moment. So as we deal with the energy, we're dealing, learning how to walk through the waters of life. I really think that's what a major symbol of Jesus walking on water was. Now, the other way to look at it is that Jesus was a master manifester. So if he was standing on one side of the water and was trying to manifest his way to the other side of the water, he would hold his vision and just start walking in faith. That's the whole thing. He knew that God would hold every step up. All he had to do was start walking. That's what stops a lot of people, is they think it's impossible or whatever, and then so we just don't even attempt it. So the lesson would be, to have the utmost faith. As things happen in this world, it's not that somebody stole your purse or said something bad about you. They didn't steal your purse. They stole a piece of your faith. And as more and more this goes along, we start losing the knowing that we can walk through the waters of life if we handle what's coming. I love y'all. We'll see you on the next one.